This is Matrixlord 212, and I'm going to do some question and answer session for my channel right now. I'm going to answer a question posed by Mr. What's Rossable, which basically said, what does splintered in time mean? Well, basically, if you watch the episode called City of Death, Skyroth of the Jaggeroth was basically splintered in different points in time. His one body was split into many different personalities, I guess, or just picture him splintered like 25 times in different 25 time periods, which all is connected to the same, like in unison, all connected together. So he tried to reform himself or prevent basically the accident that splintered him in time. So a lot of rumors go around that Clara is splintered in time, that the Doctor is going to encounter her at different time periods. And another thing he suggested is, oh, well, maybe she's a robot. Well, I already answered that question too, that is a possibility. I made a video a while back about Clara being possibly a robot, but I put that the Doctor built her. But, it could be that she's a robot, and it could be that she isn't. But that's going to be the mystery that's going to be solved probably in the next couple of years, because we're not going to get any answers this year, that's for sure. So I hope that answers your question. And also Dr. Freedom was like, when I made these 3 videos the other night, he's like, what? And he's like, how do I arrive at this notion that Silence in the Library is going to be tied with Oswin? Well, I'm just basically doing some speculating, because you know what? One of my favorite episodes of all time was Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. And I always, feel that Moffat does things that you could go backwards. Like I feel that the way Moffat writes his episodes, they're backwards compatible, meaning you could still go back now and watch Silence in the Library, and stuff for Series 7 could possibly make sense. Now, we do know that, when River encountered the 10th Doctor, she had her own sonic screwdriver, which was very similar to the 10th Doctor's. We do know that she had the sonic blaster, which was also from shown in the Doctor Dances. I think it was Empty Child, maybe Empty Child, and then it led into the Doctor Dances, which Captain Jack had a sonic blaster, but not a sonic screwdriver. And they also talked about the sonic screwdriver being created in the 51st century, which is where Captain Jack comes from. And the factory was destroyed, and it was rumored to be by the Doctor, because he only wanted to have the sonic screwdriver. He didn't want anybody else to have those weapons. And basically he turned into a banana factory. Well, supposedly River Song has the vortex manipulator, which Captain Jack had. She has the sonic blaster, which is interesting. And I looked back at the episode and I says, what if it's possible that the little girl, she kind of resembles Oswin, what if River had sent her out of the library in a new form, maybe to protect her? Maybe someone had taken over the library, maybe Madame Quaverian, maybe the Silence, and she wanted to protect the little girl by giving her a body and sending her to the Doctor. Maybe she splintered her in time to get his attention, and maybe the Doctor will return to the library and find Madame Quaverian and the Silence, and maybe they are behind erasing the Doctor from the universe. Now, the library was the biggest library in the universe. It was said to be a whole entire planet based to be a library. Now, if a library could do such wondrous things as to save human beings to its memory, then quite possibly it could do more than that by, giving a form to the computer. So, if it could save 4,022 people and put it in its hardcore, why couldn't it create a body for Cal? And maybe she's Clara. Just like I believe it can restore River Song, but maybe it needs enough power. So I do believe, that a lot of things tied to the 51st century, and I do believe that the Silence in the Library, maybe there are Silence in the Library. I do believe that something is with this episode that will connect, possibly Oswin, and if not, okay, but I do want to see the Doctor save his wife like she saved him. I do want to see that. I do, even though we don't have to connect with Girl in the Fireplace and how that was a perfect ending. River Song doesn't have to be stuck in the library. She really doesn't. Her story can continue. That could be the mystery of her, where she will live on beyond the library. And someone as awesome as River Song shouldn't be happy and just accept that she's just there in this dream world, because every single time we see the River Song, she's always talking about dreams and stuff like that too. So I don't think I think she'll get bored pretty quickly staying in that matrix, because it's not real. So I do hope that Matt Smith rescues River Song from the library, and I do hope that we find that the library is the place that's erasing the Doctor from the universe, all traces of him, because that computer is very, very powerful, and I think it could do it. All right, so that's why Dr. Freedom, and I think that Silence of the Library is tied to, Oswin. Now Oswin, her appearance in Solomon of Daleks was brilliant. It was great, and it remains to be seen if Clara is Oswin. But you know what? I'm very glad that we have a new, fresh beginning, and I really can't wait. So I'll be back in a little bit answering more questions. Thanks. Bye for now.